Hey guys, Tom from Lifestyle here. Today I'm going to review a website called Decluttr. It's a company that buys back a variety of items from phones to books, tech, consoles, and so forth. And you're going to tell them what you have, and they're going to give you a quote on the spot. And I'm going to show you today how it works, what you can make if it's worth your time. You may have seen it before in blogs and YouTube, and it's because they pay an affiliate commission. And a lot of bloggers and YouTubers will amp them up, when in reality it's not the greatest site to sell your items instantly. Now, I'm not going to say it's the worst site in the world, I'm not going to say it's the best, but it is a legitimate company. But the question is, will you get the most for your money? They do claim to pay the most for your tech, but there's an asterisk there. Over 300 million has been paid out, 6 million customers, so there's no question that it's not a scam. It's just, are you getting your money's worth? So today we're going to talk about the site in detail, as well as if you should use it. As always, I'm 100% honest, and I'm straight to the point, so let's begin. So first, let's talk about what Decluttr will buy off you. And you'll see that there's a variety of things that they will buy off you and give you a quote instantly. Generally, as long as it's not too old, they'll give you a quote. And as you can see here, they'll buy almost any phone, wearables, tech, computers, consoles, even Apple TV, iPods. And if we go to the next tab up here, they'll also buy CDs, DVDs, games, and book. If it has a barcode, you might as well enter it and see if they're willing to give you a price. So you'll find that as long as it has a barcode and it's in the tech category, they may want it. But if it's too old, they may not want it. Generally, as long as it's no older than 7 years, you might have a chance at getting a quote, but there's no guarantees. But I'll show you next how it works and how you can get a quote on your item. So if you want to start selling, it's very easy. In this example, I'm just going to pretend I'm selling my Samsung Galaxy S9. So we're going to go to the sell my phone, and I'm going to say sell my Galaxy right here. I'm going to click on my S9. And you're just going to go through what you have, and I'm just going to make it the same because I'm going to show you a comparison later. I'm going to say it's a 64 gigabyte, it's unlocked, it's in good condition, and it's so important that you select the condition because they're going to give you the money based on that. So make sure it meets everything that's checked. And it's okay to say that it's in poor condition because they'll still pay you, as you can see. Even if it doesn't work at all, you can still get a quote. So don't be afraid to click on these. Again, you do need to make sure that you follow this for whatever you sell, because if you lie, you're not going to get paid. Now, as you can see, if I were to say it's in good condition, then they would give me $129, and you can play around with this. You have AT&T, Sprint, and that changes it just a little bit because there's this more involved, because it's more specific as to who they could sell. So an unlocked phone generally is going to go for more money. Now, if we go to the How It Works tab right here, we've already done how you search the tech. Now the next thing we're going to do is, if we like it, we're going to accept this. So if we go back to the product details, we'll say sell this device. And it's going to take you to a checkout. So we can go to the checkout here, and then you'll just fill out all the information. You're going to create an account and so forth. And what they're going to do is they're going to send you a box with a free shipping label. And this is all 100% free. When you get your box, it'll have a welcome pack telling you what you're going to have to do. You'll attach a label to that box and ship it in to the store. It's going to go through UPS, so you're going to have to take it to a UPS store or anywhere that accepts a UPS package. And then when it arrives at the warehouse, they're going to confirm what you said was true, and a few days later, they're going to pay you PayPal. Generally, they're going to pay the day after, but it's going to be a few days later. I was going to say the items arrive, and then a day or so later, you'll get PayPal. You can also donate to charity, but usually no one does that. So as long as your PayPal is correct, you should get your money within usually a week or two, sometimes more, maybe sometimes less if you go to the when do I get paid. Again, it'll depend. PayPal's within 24 hours, and direct deposits are within 3 business days. So depending on how fast they get it at the warehouse, which usually takes 5 to 7 days, you're looking at up to 2 weeks. Usually, I would say the sweet spot 7 to 10 days. So the next thing I want to show you is a comparison here. And when I added my S9 64 gigabyte unlocked phone in good condition, they would pay me $129. Now, if I went to a site that's a comparison site, it's called sellsell.com, and I put in the same exact information, and you can see that they're offering me a little bit more than what I had in my basket. And it was because you could use a code to get more. But they weren't the highest, but they were near the top. So in this case, they were pretty good. They offered an aggressive price if you wanted to sell direct and get a quote immediately and get paid. This can take a lot of headache away if you don't like dealing with the public. But if we go to eBay, for example, you will see that a lot of them are going for $220, $250, $158. It's going to depend again on the condition. This one's fair, so that one's only going for $158. But it looks like you could almost get maybe $250, $220. Let's just even say you can get $200. Compared that to the $140, it might be worth it just to put it on eBay and make $60 more. It's always going to be best to sell on your own, and eBay's pretty easy, especially if you add the insurance of that. So I'm not going to say Decluttr is bad in the tech world if you want to sell just about anything tech-wise, but let's check out a couple more just to show you comparisons as well. One thing I want to point out is that you do not want to consider selling your textbook 99% of the time, and there's a reason why. When I compared a couple of them, their quotes were so low in comparison to what I could get. Let me give you an example here. I found a human anatomy book just because textbooks usually sell in biology department and whatnot, and this textbook is relatively new, and I put in the barcode on Decluttr and they would give me $3.97, which in comparison, if I went to one of my favorite sites called Bookscouter, I put in that same book, and the number one company, a reputable company, Valor Books, would give me $23, with the cheapest giving me $8. So you could see that you could get almost about 7-8 times your money by going elsewhere. So if you're gonna choose Decluttr, you could check them out, but 99% of the time with textbooks, you're not gonna make a lot of money. Most of your money is gonna be made in the phone section. You can try, people have had luck with CDs and DVDs. It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. Books is, I would say, no-go. Tech, again, is okay. Games and consoles weren't bad either, as well as Legos. Legos, they'll usually buy it per piece, or per pound, I'm sorry. So if you go to that section, what they'll do is they'll just buy it by weight, so not just the sets. But if you do have a complete set, they'll give you money as well. And if you are interested in selling your Legos, they'll weigh it, and then they'll give you a valuation with what you're given. So for example, if you were going to add 10 pounds of Legos to your cart, they'd give you about $1 a pound, which you're better off selling at a garage sale or on eBay, because that's not good either. But I mean, if you really need to get rid of them, I wouldn't do it, but it's one of the few options that'll buy Legos off you instantly online. So as in all my reviews, I like to look at the pros and cons. The pros of selling is they do have aggressive prices in the phone section as well as the tech. The other ones are kind of iffy, especially books and Legos. Games and consoles are okay. Books definitely a no-go, but the other ones you're going to be hit or miss. It's reputable. It's super easy to sell, as you could see. Free shipping, and they do have a PayPal option as well as that direct deposit. Customer service seemed to be really good too. And the cons of selling, you can make much more in selling the items yourself. As you can see on eBay, you can make 30-40% more, and it's not that hard to sell. Even if you use OfferUp or Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, there's so many reputable places that it makes it so easy to sell nowadays. And it can be hard to search for some items, and some reports of shipments being rejected if you check out the reviews online. There's a lot of complaints. All items aren't accepted either, but you should know that ahead of time. Overall, I think Decluttr is a great option if you want cash instantly, depending on the category. If you're selling a phone or something tech, definitely check it out. But if you want to sell your books in that, you're much better off using Bookscouter. That'll give you a better option in that regard. I only recommend it if you don't want to sell on eBay, Amazon, etc. So if you're willing to sell on your own, go that route. That's going to work 100% of the time. But if you don't have the time, you don't want to deal with the headache, then plan on taking 30-40% off that retail value. But if you do decide to use it, use your head wisely and compare, because they're not always going to offer you the best rate. There's a lot of companies that work with them. So in the end, it is what it is. Just as long as you're comparing, you may find that with the phone, you're going to get a good rate with them. In some cases, you may not. As long as you do your homework, it's an option to consider. It's hard to tell you if it's worth it. It's just going to depend on what you're selling. That's going to do it for now. As always, check out lushdollar.com. I have a ton of ways to make money. Just be smart with your money like this. I'm just honest. I don't promote any garbage products. I just like to inform, check out the videos. I keep adding as much as I can. Like, comment, subscribe. Always helps if you want to do that. That does it for now. I'll see you guys next time.